Our gardens, they're packed full of useful materials ready for us to use, so why don't we? My name's Thomas, and today I'm going to be showing you the approach I take to make the most of the space I've got and the resources within it. And as always, if there are any other approaches which you think could be taken, why not let me know down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get into it. When we try and say to take a zero waste approach to gardening, that normally, I like to think of it, just involves trying to make the most of everything we've got. That's all you can really do at the end of the day. So what I tend to like to do is every week just set aside a small amount of time, 5-10 minutes, just to look around and see what leaf litter really is on the ground. When you look, you will be surprised how much you can really find. I've just been looking in this pot here and around it, and already all of this probably would have gone unnoticed had I not just decided to have a little look. And all of this is really beneficial as well, because when we collect it, we're not only creating a more aesthetically pleasing environment, but we can actually use the organic matter then and compost it, which we'll then be able to use to add to our pots and containers to hopefully provide better plants for us. And you have to really think about this in like a positive light, because at the end of the day, we wouldn't have had any of this. And the fact that we've been able to go around and search for it, we'll be able to improve the soil structure, moisture retention, and fertility of our growing mediums. Another way I like to work towards zero waste is by looking at the more neglected areas of the garden, because really this is possibly the most resource abundant area in the whole of the garden, or whichever space you have. Here you can see this plant pot, which I probably have left a bit too long, but if you just decide to get your nails dirty and pull out some of these weeds rather than using harmful chemicals which won't really do too much, why not just pull them out and use them to create some more compost, use them in whichever way you see fit. Not that I've got them here, but some weeds like dandelions are edible, so why not try and make a nice refreshing drink or use them in a salad? All different ways they can be used. Especially during the summer, one of my favourite things to collect is grass clippings. I find these really useful to use as a mulch, and normally I find that another way I can increase the amount of grass I can collect, not just from the lawn, but is also from the edges of the lawn. So here I'm just using a pair of shears to tidy up the edge just by cutting them. This will obviously make it look a lot nicer, and it's not a massive amount, but it's more than I had at the start. It'll give me some more grass which I can then use to go and mulch some of my other plants to reduce the amount of water I have to use. If we just have a look at a little before and after of what that looks like, you can see it looks much tidier and nicer, and I've obviously got myself some nice new grass clippings. The final thing I like to try and do to promote zero waste is by constantly deadheading and trimming the plants which need to. Obviously this is quite a seasonable job, especially at the minute during the summer, but as you can see here I've got this hanging basket and it's got some nasturtiums in there, and you'll often find that quite a few of the leaves will start to go yellow after a while, as you'd expect. So I like to just try and snip these back as close to the stem as possible, just to then hopefully encourage the plant to put more of its energy into producing new foliage. And the same goes for the courgette as well, because a problem which many people face with them is powdery mildew, and obviously this is a fungal disease, so I try and just remove any of the leaves which have got it and then compost them, and by removing them it then also encourages them also to put on new leaves and stronger growth. And those are some of the key approaches I like to take to aim for a zero waste garden. Hopefully this video has encouraged you to get out and explore your space a little more and see what potential it has. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. See you in the next one.